Is the next great Jets linebacker already on the roster? Well, hello, Jets fans. Here we are again. GreenBean, back with you for another little video here. We're going to talk a little bit about the one and only Jamien Sherwood, a converted safety for the New York Jets. A Robert Saleh, Jeff Ulbricht project. Ruttenberg, the linebacker coach, a project of theirs for the last number of years. Jamien Sherwood, a fourth-round pick, if I remember correctly, ended up getting injured his rookie year, and he was kind of gone. And slowly but surely, see him on special teams making an impact. When he would come in sparingly, be it as it may, for C.J. Mosley, he looked pretty good. He looked pretty good. Now this year he's getting a chance to start. Now, it's an interesting thing because he's replacing C.J. Mosley, who is one of the better linebackers that we've had wearing the Jets green and whites, right? So seeing C.J. Mosley go down, even though he's lost a little bit of a step as he gets older, he's still C.J. Mosley, and he's still the leader of the defense, both emotionally and intellectually, cerebrally. So Jamien Sherwood coming in, I've been talking about him for a while. There's a lot of support for Jamien Sherwood, but there are also a lot of people like, really, Jamien Sherwood? So we see him coming in. And we have this, what's it going to be? C.J. Mosley going down in the same game we lose Jermaine Johnson is not a good sign. Two of the leaders, two of the bigger names, all Pro Bowl guys, leaving the team. It's scary. And Jamien Sherwood has played a significant portion of the Titans game and the entire Patriots game and has looked really good. Now, we're going to take a second and look at his PFF real quick. So just... what we're looking at here, he's got a 71.3 overall grade on PFF. Now, take their grades with a grain of salt because he has a 58.6 run stopping grade, and I know why that is, but I think it's not accurate. It's just not whatever they're looking at. And he has a 59 pass rush grade, but he has an 80.2 pass coverage grade. And this is what we're talking about with Jamien Sherwood. There's a lot of... The Jets defense plays predominantly a nickel package. So what that means is you got the 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and an extra defensive back, right? So you got 5 defensive backs. It's Sauce, Reed, the 2 safeties, whoever the hell they might be at any given time. Right now, it's Chuck Clark and Tony Adams. And then that brings Michael Carter II on the field. And what happens when you have a larger amount of, a larger number of defensive backs on the field is that the run game, if you don't have stout, big-bodied run stuffers up front, which the Jets really do not, then the defensive backs, instead of a linebacker, it impacts the running game. So having a linebacker out there is going to be advantageous in the run game. But then you lose that ability to cover the pass, whether it's tight ends, running backs, even if wide receivers are in the zone. You want your linebacker to be able to cover. So you need somebody that can do both. And that's sometimes hard to find. And they've chosen to just make sure that they're keeping the pass corralled and they'll deal with the run and keep everything in front of you, so to speak, and mitigate. That's when you start to see bend, don't break defenses. And once the field shrinks, then it's a different game and they can hold them to a field goal and the whole thing. And it works, but you know what would be really a lot better? If you could just stop them. No bending, no breaking, just stopping. Rigid brick wall. Oh, nope. Go home, get out, punt it to us. We're scoring. That kind of a thing. So Jamien Sherwood is kind of that flux. Flex, let's call him. Not flux. He's a flux capacitor. He's that hybrid-esque. He's an X factor. So it's like, okay, what does he bring? So the fact that he's bringing an 80.2 coverage grade is interesting. Now, again, I think his run rating is lower. I know why, because there were plays where he rushed in the backfield, had a chance to get the guy, knocked him off his, he hits the running back, He peels off, like kind of breaks the tackle, and see Quincy Williams comes in and fills it up. And it's all happening right there, but technically it's a missed tackle. So Jamien Sherwood has 14 solo tackles this season. He has 4 assists, so that's 18 tackles. He also has 8 stops, and that's what we're talking about when he's responsible for blowing up the play, but he didn't make the tackle. So 8 stops is a big deal too. It's a positive stat in most instances. He has 0 sacks. They've rushed him sometimes. We saw a lot more blitzing, particularly against the Patriots, but they gave him 4 missed tackles. Here's the good thing. Passer rating against him is a 56.3. Not bad. So you start to go, maybe we could trim some of this nickel package and we could start to utilize our base, which we haven't really been able to do with any confidence. I think he's earned that confidence. Now, so far, he has a total run defense snaps. He has 55, 8 pass rushing snaps, and 74 coverage snaps. So he's out there. Interesting stuff. Now, I'm going to show you real quick just 2 plays of Sherwood. And this is actually the Titans game, just because I had it zeroed in and I didn't really get a chance to deconstruct him on the Patriots in the Patriots game yet. But let's take a look at this. I want to show you something. 2 reps. One is in run defense and one is in pass coverage, okay? So here we go. First one we'll do is pass coverage since we're talking about that. Take a look here. You see Jamien Sherwood. He's the left linebacker. So to the right of your screen, Quincy's right next to him behind the line. So here he goes. He's going to be this coverage snap here. You see where he is, and watch the play here. Watch what he does. So here comes the tight end. Look at Sherwood reads, and he's right there. Now, people made fun of him for this snap. Oh, why did you turn around? It doesn't matter. That's a perfect, flawless coverage snap for him, coverage rep, because he made sure that there was no way that receiver could possibly catch the ball. Now, it hits him in the back of the head. Sure, you'd love him to be able to turn around. He turns around a little too late because the pass came quick. But there was no way that receiver was able to catch the ball. It's a perfect coverage snap. And that's the thing. He was glued to that tight end as if they were attached at the hip. Now, let's go and look at this. We'll look at this run play here. There's a couple of important things that we'll talk about. There's a lot of responsibilities that a linebacker would have in this role. One, you want to be able to help seal the edge if it's going that way. You want to make sure that the running back is not able to get around the outside, right? That's one. Number 2, you want to make sure that if there's a lead blocker, it's the linebacker's job to take on the blocker in most cases. And they got to take him on with conviction. You can't dance around it. You got to take on the block. You got to make sure that guy's not releasing off of you and getting in front of the running back and being able to, help him truck down the field. You got to take him out and let somebody else. You got to free him up, free your team up to make the tackle on a exposed ball carrier, right? So that's another responsibility. The other one is, hey, how about this? Make the tackle. Okay? How about that? You could do that. That's a good one too. But not at the behest. You can't try to slide around and then because it can potentially be very damaging. There are responsibilities. You can't go for the gold every single play. So here goes Sherwood. Look at this. So you see the design, the tight end streaking across in motion. The design of the play is that he's going to crush somebody and hopefully even be able to knock that guy on his ass, peel off and get in front of the running back. And the running back's whole goal is to get around that edge and tear up the sideline into the end zone, right? That's what he's trying to do. But Sherwood, back it up just a smidge, with conviction, meets the blocker head on, never lets him release, continues to spread the play all the way to the sideline, and then watch what he does. Look at it. Boom. He sees him, meets him, sheds him at the very last second when there's nowhere else to go. He's in position, and he makes the tackle. So he did everything. He strung the play out, occupied, took on the block, and made the tackle on that play. So I'm going to tell you something about Jamien Sherwood. He might be imperfect. He's still newer as far as being a full-time backer. But I think that he's done enough to let the Jets start utilizing some different packages, feeling confident that what he's able to do, both in run support and if he's required to be in coverage, that we could start seeing our base defense more, which just might take a lot of that sieve-like run defense away from the Jets. Let me know what you think. Are you excited about Jamien Sherwood? Are you excited about all three backers being on the field at the same time? CJ Mosley, Quincy Williams, and Jamien Sherwood? Let me know in the comments. I am a big Sherwood guy. I think it's time. I think this is his year to really make a name for himself. I'm excited. Can't wait to hear what you have to say. See you later. And as always, go Jets.